This is my fourth episode on my platform, Self-Growth Sessions, and this time our guest is going to be George Kleeman. He is a firefighter and an entrepreneur. He's also been an assistant manager and a store clerk at Shopping Safe. Aside from his work, he has many certificates in a broad range of categories. A few of them include ice rescue technician and rope rescue technician. I believe George has a lot of great insight for people who are at a tough spot in their lives and for first-time small business owners. But with all that great stuff aside, here he is. What was the process like of actually trying to create Kilter?
It was long and somewhat grueling at times. There was a lot of little details that had to come together for it. The thought process actually started years ago when the local gym that was here in town closed down. And I started to watch some of the effects that had on some of the people that had attended that particular facility. And I started to realize that having a healthy place to be was so important. And not everybody has that opportunity at home or in their personal lives. So that kind of became our mission, both myself, my sister Rachel, my wife Amy, and my mom was a big part of it too, actually. And then of course, all the other people that supported us along the way. The details along the way, I'll spare you all of those. One of the biggest things that we had to overcome in the process was finding a location that worked. There wasn't a lot of commercial space available. And so when this building became available, we kind of jumped at that opportunity. So, yeah.
What was some of the hardest things that you came across, like when you were trying to actually bring the equipment in and just build the gym overall?
I think probably one of the most difficult things was my own fears, doubts, and insecurities. And my family really helped me overcome those, and all of the people in the community too. This place wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my family and for the people in the community that have supported us. The physical things of it, building it and moving the equipment in, there was all sorts of challenges with that, of course. But there were little encouragements along the way that just kind of kept me knowing that even through, again, my own fears, doubts, and insecurities, that, okay, I think I'm on the right track. I'm not sure what the end result is going to look like completely. I have a vision that I believe truly my higher power put in my mind, and I just followed that to the best of my ability.
I see, that's pretty cool. And as a business owner, you are the last line of defense. How do you go about dealing with the challenges that tend to arise?
I don't deal with them on my own. I have a great team that works with me, but again, my kind of partners in crime, Rachel and Amy. I'm always talking to my mom, whether it's on FaceTime or sitting in the cabin with her. And then the people, again, a lot of these questions, it all boils back to a supportive community. And there's so many people down here that they kind of notice. They're studies of human behavior, they're students rather of human behavior, and they kind of watch, and they know when you're having a rough day, and they'll encourage you, and they'll just share a story with you that just kind of, gives you that next push to kind of go through. I'm just like everybody else. I probably don't handle stress any better than anyone else. I try to work out consistently. That helps, of course, exercise, fitness, eating right, getting as much rest as possible. All of those things. But I would really say that overall it's the people around me that support me, that help me get through those times.
I've noticed that you're very open to criticism. In what ways has that helped you be able to make Kilter a better gym?
Well, I am a true believer that sometimes ego is a good thing if you have the right type, but oftentimes it gets in your way. And I've always been taught, especially in the medical field, in my other profession, that you never know where your answers are going to come from. And it could be, in that particular job that I do at the fire department, if you're on a call sometime in the middle of the night and there's a kid sitting over in the corner and he's looking at you and he's trying to communicate with you, whether it's verbal or nonverbal, again, you just never know where those answers are going to come from. He might have a solution that none of your team has come up with. So I've learned over the years to listen to people. Even if initially you don't think it's a good idea, maybe there's a reason they're standing in front of you, and maybe it doesn't matter if you think it's a good idea. maybe it is, and you need to do it because there's a reason that person is there, you know. A lot of these things here and these ideas and the types of equipment we have was not because of me. It was because of other people's influence and input. Yeah, definitely.
When you close Kilter, how are you doing emotionally?
It was rough. There was kind of two sides to it, right? So we had been going nonstop since we found out that we were going to be able to be in this building, and we started to renovate it and do all the work that was required and get the equipment in, and then all the administrative side of things too, on trying to figure out how to develop the business and get our business plan together and all those kind of things. So we had been going nonstop with that, and we were tired, you know. So on the one hand, it was scary, you know, to have to close the business, and we were thinking, what's going to happen? Are we going to be able to open back up again, right? So all of those things that you would think would be scary were. But on the other hand, it was like, oh, a break, you know, and everything just kind of came to a screeching halt, and it got quiet, and it actually gave us time to kind of rest and recuperate that we had not had prior to that.